The Philippines flexing their muscles at the top of the net, tallying 5 kill blocks in set number 2, stymieing the offense of Vietnam, and are now just 1 set win away from advancing to the semifinals, although there will still be one more match remaining in the preliminary round, and it will be a tough one against Indonesia, who won in straight sets earlier today against Cambodia.
That's correct. Right now, the mission for our game is to make sure that we get our second win, get into the Final Four. Saka mo na problemahin yung sobrang mga lalakas. Importante makatawid, makarating, at mabura yung isang contender, which is Vietnam.
Eh kanina, yung Cambodia, dumikit pa sa dulo ng laban nila kontra sa Indonesia.
Ang final score dun sa third set.
33-31.
Kaya pala nandyan pa kayo ni Mel.
Sinabi nga ni Mela Tunay, pinaasa lang ng Indonesia yung Cambodia. Tuloy, naging clingy masyado yung Cambodia, kumapit sa Indonesia, ayaw pakawalan, coach.
Clingy. The Philippines starting out the scoring here in the third set. Vietnam equalizes right away. It was tight in the second set till the Philippines built a 3-point lead as we cross the second technical timeout, and then carried off repeated chase downs coming from Vietnam after the last part of the second set.
Oh wow, it looked like De Guzman was going to go up for the hit, but that was a quick set to Francis Saura by Josh Retamar. Panoorin natin muli dito sa replay.
It's all about deception. It's all about making sure that the defense is not able to read the sets of Joshua Retamar. Another kill block.
Alam mo coach, once the blocking gets established, it's very hard for any team to break through it, as we see De Guzman and Malabunga roof the Vietnamese spiker.
Malabunga doing what he does best. Protect the net for the Philippines. The tallest player in the roster. Babati at around 6'4", 6'5". And back-to-back offensive blocks for the Philippines. Tied at 1. 3-point consecutive points for Ricky Marcos. And the Philippines now we're up by 3. Remember that in our first match against Cambodia, we swept the Cambodians in 78 minutes, winning 3 straight sets. This will be 4 straight points for Bagunas, for Sara, Malabunga, and Espejo. Tied at 1, now up at 5-1 here in the third set to the delight of Umandal and even Mark Alpamara.
And Vietnam calls a timeout. Coach Tai Quang Lai sensing that the Philippines are trying to create some separation and pull away and cruise to another straight sets victory here at the 30th Southeast Asian Games. And what a play right there. And coming off a set wherein the Philippines tallied 5 kill blocks, the wall continues to be put up. May maaga pang regalo.
And this is going to be key for the Philippines to sustain its winning run in the Southeast Asian Games. The ability to defend consistently and our capacity to shut down the points of attack by our opposition. At kanina nakita natin si Ancheta, isa pang teammate na Brian Bagunas, rejoicing, celebrating every point ng ating mga national players, up by 4, 5-1. Like that by 5, and Vietnam has seemingly lost some steam.
At dahil doon, napasayaw si Ricky Marcos at hindi na tayo nagugulat because we know how much energy Ricky Marcos has ever since.
Sila si Ancheta, laging
Si Ancheta, nasa crowd. Nasa crowd si Beno.
Madaling makita dahil malikot.
Winawagayway yung Philippine flag. All out support para sa ating mga manlalaro.
Eh, ang ikli lang ng separation dyan eh. Very intimate venue itong Field Sports Arena.
Quick attack for Vietnam.
Stopping a 5-point run for the Philippines. Trying to stay afloat amidst this third set blitz. Striking before John Vic de Guzman was able to rise. And that was Wang scoring the second point for Vietnam.
Wang Vu trying to inject some life into this Vietnamese unit, but malabong.
Right, adjustment by Retamar again. Doing the near impossible. If you can take a look at that last play again, look. Adjustment.
Tinamaan pa yung kamay niya.
Yes. May contact, ha?
Unbothered. Oblivious. He's just playing the game. He's just playing the game. And he's been playing the games of his life.
Back-to-back spectacular performances for Joshua Retamar to give the Philippines a 6-point lead. A luxury at this stage of the match to add on to our 2-set advantage versus Vietnam.
And the first technical timeout.
It is an 8-2 advantage for the Philippines, who are looking to cruise to another straight sets win here in their campaign in the 30th Southeast Asian Games. Malabonga had to improvise. Now Retamar goes to Bagunas, who scores off the block.
1-all was the count in the first two rallies. Since that time, the Philippines has been able to get 8 of the last 9 points. Tied at 1, now on top by 7. Philippines looking good.
De Guzman and the Philippines holding their biggest lead of the match.
Right. This was something that we wanted to do against Vietnam last night in the women's competition. But we were not able to do eventually. Kasi nakabalik eh. At nakalamang.
Retamar tossing it up to Brian.
Another good misdirection coming from Kim Malabunga.
Marcos. Binigay kay Bagunas. Binigay pa kay Malabunga. And Retamar will tip it to the other side, making sure that ball went inside the zone.
And then an offensive block once again coming from Retamar, to the delight of Coach Arnold Lanyong.
You mentioned his name earlier,
Right.
Coach.
Chief architect of the title run for the CSB Blazers, led of course by finals MVP John Vic de Guzman. In that sequence, a lot of spectacular plays delivered by the Filipinos, and right now playing their best in their bid to close the deal and seal the door against the hard-fighting team from Vietnam. 10-2, 8-point lead, the biggest and largest cushion for the Philippines all throughout this match.
And this is the best that we've seen our men's volleyball team here in these Southeast Asian Games. They're just toying with Vietnam right now.
They've won 10 of the last 11 points. May tie at 1-all. They will continue to keep harping on that scoring run because this is a major separation between the Philippines and Vietnam at this stage of the third set.
De Guzman. Here's the pass. Here's the toss. It's a back set. Bagunas was all alone up top.
Vietnam will score off the block. 1 unhappy with the situation, but he can change the course of this set. As we take a look at Alfred Valbuena. Valbuena comes from the Fighting Maroons. Checking out his former counterparts.
12-3 is our tally.
Right, no 2-point run for Vietnam in the set so far.
And another ace from Bagunas.
It's about applying the finishing touch, displaying the killer instinct. Bagunas continues to show the kind of stuff that had made it nearly unstoppable the previous AP season.
The biggest lead enjoyed by our men's volleyball team here in these Southeast Asian Games. We have never looked better, but even though we may be on our way to securing a spot in the semifinals, Coach, we want to remain sharp because we still have one more match remaining in
It
the
will be against
preliminary round,
Indonesia, correct?
who has not lost a set.
Right. This is the best set I've seen of our national team against a contender.
And watching the Indonesian squad, meron din silang mga katulad ni Brian Bagunas,
Marami.
Mark Espejo, so that's something I can't wait to witness, Coach.
Looking forward, of course. But first things first, we have to finish off Vietnam.
One match at a time.
Right, and we are 11 points away from doing that.
Espejo trying to swipe it off the hands of the blockers.
Looking for the last touch on Vietnam. Looking for the check. From 1-all, Philippines has scored 13 out of the last 17 points.
Malabunga from the
Again.
middle.
Wicket coming from Team Malabunga. Excellent reception. Still no 2-point runs rendered by the Philippines here in the third set.
Remember the days when we first saw Malabunga come
Hindi siya ganyan
into the
kumalaban.
Bulldogs program? He was already 6'5",
Right.
tumangkad pa 6'6".
But the agility is not where it is years before.
The evolution.
Iba na gumalaw eh.
This was something that we anticipated, waited for, and it's happening right here when we need it the most. Retamar. De Guzman firing from the back row. Another back row attack, this time from Brian Bagunas.
Bagunas to the right, Bagunas at the center. Two main scoring weapons to the disposal, of course, of Joshua Retamar. 10-point lead, the Philippines up versus Vietnam as we reach the second technical timeout.
streak of podium finishes for Vietnam is on the line here, and the Philippines poised to end that tonight. As we have a 16-6 advantage here in set number 3.
Down to 9. Last push for Vietnam to eat up into what was once a 10-point advantage for Team Philippines. Misdirection, isolation, and Han will score. Their number 11 for Vietnam was, I believe, scoreless in 2 sets last time they played against Indonesia. Or had 1 point in 3 sets. Came off the bench in the first 2 sets. Started in the 3rd set. Vietnam trying to keep this ball in play.
Espejo. Wow. A rocket from the service line, and Bagunas.
Single block. And Bagunas, the scoring machine, can really play tough net defense
Now, this is an aspect of Brian Bagunas' game that
that we never saw in the early years.
and clearly here, he is working on it or has worked on it, Coach.
Oh, definitely.
Kasi kanina pa niya sinusubukan hulihin yun eh. Since the first set.
And the numbers will show. He had 4 out of the 17 kill blocks by the Philippines against Cambodia. And it's no accident that we are seeing the excellence of the Philippine team in terms of blocking. This is something that they really prepared for. And that has to be a constant throughout, not just in the Southeast Asian Games competition, but throughout the rest of this roster. Dahil kung ikaw ay compete against the giants of Southeast Asia, and even on the Asian level, kailangan mo talaga niya. And now we have the height and athleticism to be able to deliver this type of omnipresence in our net defense. Nakangiti na ang ating mga manlalarong looking sharp but very relaxed, understanding a 2-set advantage and a dominant 3rd set showing against Vietnam.
One-handed set. Unable to generate a proper spiking opportunity.
That will be long for Espejo. But we can live with that, given the cushion that we have. You've still not allowed Vietnam a string of 2 points. Here in the 3rd set, from a 1-all count, we have taken 18 of the last 26 points.
Bagunas.
19 of the last 27. We're expecting the same script or storyline like what we saw in the 2nd set, but it was a nail-biter before they put away by the Philippines in the latter part of the 2nd set. This is a different story. This is a big statement by the Philippines. Playing 3 notches higher today against Vietnam, a team much better than the team that they defeated the last time they played against Cambodia.
The Philippines finishing 5th 2 years ago,
Correct.
and we will surely finish above that with this impending victory. And what a time for 5-time UAP best setter and 3-time champion Ish Polvorosa to enter the fray.
Imagine the adrenaline rush for Ish Polvorosa, first time in the 30th Southeast Asian Games.
And of course, Ranran Abdilla, who is recognized as a hero in Tawi-Tawi City, Mindanao.
Naalala ko si Fauzi Ismail, no? Also
Idol
from
niya.
Tawi-Tawi, oh.
Idol niya, itong si Ranran Abdilla. Abdilla was the one who inspired Fauzi to play. Considering na hindi volleyball yung unang sport nila doon, it was actually football. So, because of Abdilla, maraming na-inspire na mag-shift din, na maglaro ng volleyball.
Tuan has been silent since playing the hardest dun sa set 2 na pagkatalo.
Binibigyan talaga nila si Ranran, Coach.
Bakit hindi? Malamig pa.
So, sa mga naka-line up dito sa Pilipinas, si Umandal na lang at si Rex Intal, yung hindi pa natin nakikita.
First 2-point run for Vietnam here in the third set.
And there it is.
Very seldom do you find Abdilia missed 2 in a row. First point for Abdilia in the Southeast Asian Games. Coming from Ish Polvorosa. Scoring against a double block. Coverage was absent. As the Philippines inches closer to win number 2. 3 points away from making it to the semis. With still 1 game left to play for Team Philippines.
Abdilia is the counterpart of Jovelyn Gonzaga from the women's team as a player who came from a non-UAP or NCAA school. Abdilia, again coming from Tawi-Tawi City, Mindanao, went to DLSU Dasmariñas.
A very nice and sprawling campus in the south. And a lot of big names in volleyball also coming from, also tracing their roots from LaSalle Dasmariñas.
(23-12). The Philippines looking to put the finishing touches
1 point away,
on this win.
and we get the match point against a perennial third place team behind Thailand and Indonesia, but that will not hold water in this Southeast Asian Games. The Philippines will eliminate Vietnam in the running to make it to the Final Four.
Match point for the Philippines. Who will it be? Polvorosa to Espejo. Vietnam trying to prolong this one.
Not anymore.
To Than Tuan, running out of gas, running out of steam, as the Philippines eliminates and extinguishes Vietnam's run of podium finishes in the Southeast Asian Games. The Philippines will advance to the semifinals, improving the record to 2-0.
And they have pushed Vietnam into extinction. The Philippines will enter the knockout stage after playing their final match against Indonesia,
which will be on Friday. A lot of respect being shown. Our coaches, Dante Linsunurin, Sherwin Meneses, and Coach Dom De La Cruz.
What a game played by our national players. From start to finish, they were consistent, they were disciplined, and they played the game plan that they drew up against a team favored to take care of the Philippines today. Instead, the shoe was on the other foot. A dominant third set performance after a tied second set win. Eventually, back-to-back 3-set sweeps for our men's team in the volleyball competition.
And this is what we've been praying for, the progress, the continuation of the development of our national teams in the sport of volleyball. Philippines, we haven't dropped the set yet here in Group B, and we will be back to discuss this big win by the Philippines against Vietnam when we return right here on SNA.